Hello, 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 everyone. Welcome to STEINS Gate Zero. Like I said, I only opened the game once, and I'm just like, so this one's gonna be probably darker than the original game. I actually had that as thought from like the entire time, because I downloaded this game probably when I was starting investigation, just to make sure. Because I wanted to make sure I was ready for a lot of different things. And I was like, well, Second Zero is going to be the next game, would probably be the next game that I do on PC. And then before I realized that I could have done, I was gonna do the Apollo's Justice first. So I was just like, that's just sitting there for a while. I was just like, ooh, is that icon? Looks like it's gonna be much darker. Which I am excited for. We need some angst. We need some darkness in our lives. I mean, to be fair, the original game got pretty dark at times. But I was like, oh boy! But we're also here for the silly chinabuness, you know? It's been a while since I've regretted the choice. I was like, you know what sounds like a horrible idea? Time traveling. I stand on that ground. This series has made me never want to time travel ever. If I ever get the opportunity, I'm going to be like, nope, and walk away. That's what it's gonna be. That's how I feel with it. So it's like, but I don't know where we're gonna go with this, because the original game does seem like it's a good ending. But like, I think I've read from this game that this is just a different time. This is a different world. So whether this is probably like maybe like a gamma, right? Because we were dealing with the alpha and the beta. So this could be like the gamma Worldline. So what happened? No clue. Because that's the thing about this game. So I choose not to like look into stuff, even though oh my gosh, like every time I go to Barnes & Noble, I see the manga. Like, I buy the manga, but I'm like, no, you should have the video game. You play the game, okay? So why not just play the game? Also, this is an awesome song, and I'm gonna find the full version of it, and probably send the cover for it. Just like probably for the original. Also, just like the original game, not Hacking the Game, which is the anime, so the actual game version. So, anyways, I think we should shut up and play the game. Oh, enter the start. New game. So this is a brief recap of what happens at the end of the game. So, you guys didn't get this in our playthrough because, I didn't do this ending. I only got to the first ending. And by the way, that is exactly what we're going to do for this time. We're going to get to the first possible ending. And that's when I'm going to end the series. Because I feel like these are games that you should try for yourself. These are games that you need to experience for yourself. Like, I was like, oh, that's crazy. The hatch opened. Bring bright light flooded my eyes. Because here's the thing: the reason I don't like want to play the whole game for you guys is it's obvious. This is just to like pique your interest. Because I do go when I played the original game after I got to Shushua's ending, I went to go get all the other endings. So this is definitely like a heart where it's just like, I don't want to just be like, here's the game in whole. No. I want to like pique your interest. Be like, oh, what's the other endings? So I didn't realize like how it was at first, but I was like, oh, that's how you get different endings. It's just like it's more playtime. It's just like, oh yeah. So it's like, yeah, that's something I'm interested. Where was I? My eyes narrowed. I could barely make out the summer twilight sky. I didn't want to leave. I just wanted to disappear. Oh, is this going to be in a time world where he failed to save Katsuru? But someone grabbed my arm and dragged me out. Whoa, he's back already! Hasn't been a whole minute, has it? Okarin? I didn't have the energy to respond to my own name, my own nickname. I fell to the ground and wrapped my arms around myself.
Okarin!
Maru ran to me and looked down, her face worried. Her kindness felt like nothing but a nuisance. Don't talk to me. Just leave me alone. Wait! You're covered in blood! What happened? Well, obviously, he killed Katsuru. Dad, give me a towel and water. Oh, and clothes. Now! Huh? Can someone please tell me what's going on? Okay, so since I didn't reach the Senge ending on my playthrough, should I spoil what happens? Okay, so basically, they go try to fix the past of. Basically, I'll do it anyway. So basically, they try to go save Maru, and then so that they can reach the Worldline known as that Okarin calls STEINS. Get it? That's the name of the game. That's the name of the game. But he can only try twice. The first time he fails and he kills Katsuru. That's why in the beginning of the first game you hear a scream. That's actually Okarin when he kills Katsuru. And then the second time he does succeed and fakes Katsuru's death. He fakes Katsuru's death so that way the Worldline seems normal and so that Maru doesn't die. Just do it now! Okay! Tara ran into the door that led back inside the building. Okarin, are you okay? Hang in there! Don't die, please! It's not hurt. Stop it. Just get away from me! Leave me alone. I couldn't save her. In fact, I killed her myself. Yeah, maybe in hindsight I should have reached Steingate. But I feel like it's like, you don't get, that's the kind of thing, it's like, you're not gonna get the whole story with me. It's something you should experience for yourself while I'm playing other games, you know, so that when we come and converse. And plus, I realize that most people coming into these Steingate streams are probably characters who are people who have already played the games themselves. So, right here, 3 weeks ago, they killed her. I'm a murderer. Objection! Actually, that's a lie. There is no objection. He did murder. What have you? As I was explaining, Okarin killed Katsuru. Didn't work. No matter what we do, it's not going to work. It's all been
決まってしまっていることなんだよ。同じだ。マユリの時と同じなんだ。どれだけもがいたって。結果は同じになる。
No matter how many times I try, it will all converge back to the same result. the process doesn't matter. Whether you time travel or time leap, you can't go back. You can't go back and change the results of the past. I thought I understood that cruel truth, but now I was forced to realize it again in the worst possible way.
無駄だよ。
It's
無駄なんだ。
useless.
何もかも
It's
無駄なん
all
だよ。
useless.
俺はやっぱり
I knew it.
クリスを助けられないんだ。
Prosteru. I knew it. I knew that.
分かってた。
I knew this.
分かってた。
I already
こうなるって
would
予
have.
想してたんだ。もう疲れた。
I'm so tired.
ずっと休んでないんだ。
I haven't rested
だか
in so long.
らもういいよ。
Done.
おかりん、一体何が。
What happened?
俺が
I
殺した。
killed her.
殺してしまった。
I am
バカみたい
an
だ。
idiot.
全部
All my fault.
俺のせいだ。
マキセ・クリスをさ、
Killed
刺し殺しちゃったんだ。
Ma-
殺した？嘘、そんな。でも安心して、
Don't worry.
まだもう一
Not
回
enough
分 タイムトラベルはできる。
attempt.
ほっといてくれ。
Just leave me alone.
俺のことなん
No
か
matter how many times I
何度や
try,
ったって
you'll all end
結
up
果
the
は同
same.
じだ。
何言ってんの？
What are you saying? Are you going to give up?
オカリンおじさんの肩には
Millions of lives
40億っていう
depend
人
on
の
you.
命がかかって
Uncle
るんだよ。
Oakland?
たった一回の失敗
Who
がない
cares
って
if
言
you
うんだ。
fail once?
クリスはどうやったって助けら
There's
れない。
no way to save Prosteru. You
世
can't
界線の
stop
収
the
束に
Worldline.
は逆らえない。
Okay, cool. Oh. I forgot this is the kind of game where you can't just hit escape to go back. Oh, the tip! Yes, tip. And we got an achievement for opening the tips. Worldline. For those who have not seen me in my playthrough the other way, this term refers to an infinite number of possible worlds. However, these worlds do not exist in a parallel line. Only one exists at a given time. Everything that occurs along a world line, from the past to the future, has been predetermined. Thus, no matter how much you take the past along with a single world line, the result will converge to the same outcome. Also, am I gonna get more music for my work playlist? Hell yeah, I am! That's the reality of this world. I learned that a long time ago.
こうなったら
Yeah, like, how long ago? Let's see, when did my... I think it's been like half a year since my original playthrough of the first game. But let's check YouTube. When did my finale of... Oh, I was wrong! It was 8 months ago! I learned that 8 months ago! Yeah, I just have to slap some sense into it.
ダメだよ。
You can't!
マリジン
It's not right to force him to do this!
こんなボロボロになってる
I
おか
can't
り
bear to see Okarin like this!
でもさ、
He doesn't.
このままじゃ未来を変えられない。 どうして？
Why? Why does Okarin have to change to the
Okarin
future
一人に
all
押し
by
付ける
himself?
そんなの。
That's too much for
重す
him
ぎるよ。
to bear!
オカリンおじさんには
Only Uncle Okarin
世界
has
の
the
観
power
測者として
of
の能力があるから
observer
だよ
of。the world.
オカリンが
Okarin?
望んだわけじゃないのに。
That?
それにもう一度やったってまたオカリンが傷つくだけだって思うな。
Again. Didn't get hurt the first time tomorrow.
未来の なことを
Impossible.
人一人で変えようなんて
The world
きっと
all
無理なん
by
だよ。
himself. Well, technically, he didn't do it by himself. It's just only he gets.
だからそのための
That's
シュテイ
why
ンズゲートで
STEINS Gate is. That's sensitive here.
気持ちはわかるよ。
No,
でもさ、
feel, but
私も未来をかけてここまで来てるんだよね。
sure.
どっちにしろ2036年には戻れないんだ。
There's a way.
そう簡単に諦めるつもりはないか
So
ら。
easily.
オカリンおじさん、
Okay, no, okay.
一つだけ忠告しとく。
I'll tell you one thing.
このタイムマシンに残されてる燃料は有限なの。
By my amount of fuel.
さっきは
At first,
往復2回分しか残ってないって言った
go
けど、
there and back twice.
実はまだ
But
そ
there's
れなりに
actually a
余裕
little
はあ
more
る。
fuel than that.
それでも
Even
移動
so,
できる時間
we
は
can only
およそ
travel about
344日分。
334 days.
片道のタイムトラベルだとしても、
One way, a
今
one-way
から
trip.
1年と経たな
Less
いう
than a
ちに
year from now,
7月
you won't be
28
able
日には
to
届か
reach
なくな
July
る。
28th.
覚えといて。
Remember,
その日になったらさ、
when that day comes,
私は
I'll go
たとえ
myself.
一人でも飛ぶよ。
Someone was saying something, but I couldn't understand the words. I didn't want to listen to anything. I just wanted to sleep. Just let this all end. Let me go.
オカリン、オカリン、ね
Okay.
え、オカリン、もう
Uh-huh.
頑張らなくてもいいからね。泣いてもいいんだよ。オカリン、マユシーはそばにいるからね。オカリン。
I don't know if Mara's words were the reason why, but the tears started to flow. I decided to forget everything. Ever since that day, I stopped going to the future gadget lab. Alright, this is fictional. A lab in name only. It's actually a group of students who make strange inventions. Its founder, Irtaro Okabe, describes it as a place where he can further his ambitions to overthrow the ruling of the structure of the world. To get there, head down the street from Akura Station. When you get to the Shirochu intersection, take a left at the Kumabashira Street. Then head to the alleyway just in front of the next light, and you'll find an old multi-purpose building called the Onabare Building. It's on the second floor. The first floor is a CRT. Open the new gate. Absolute zero. UPX, the new symbol of Akabara, was located right in front of the station. In the hall of the fourth floor, preparations had been going all morning for the AFP Akabara Techno Forum event. University and labs from both inside and outside the country would work together to put on special seminars and symposiums to irregular intervals. My school, Tokyo Denki University, was participating as the industry collaboration effort. Students were required to attend these seminars and submit their reports to the department. Well, we have a tip to read. First founded as Denki School in 1907. In 1929, it became a college in Kansas, Tokyo. Denki University trains engineers and scientists to promote the healthy development of scientific technology. It was founded around the principle of practical studies above all else. Its education and research motto is technology is people. Because of the school's location, it was deeply involved in the development of Akabara. A Otherwise, they wouldn't get credit for their related classes. In addition, I was supposed to help one of the lecturers, the Azuki Professor Azaki. I just had gotten a list of from the reception desk at the shared lobby. I was waiting to check off names as the students were coming to the lecture. There was still some time before the seminar started, so the lobby was mostly empty. None of the students on the list were even here yet. I was bored, but I couldn't do anything but wait. The old me would never have imagined doing anything like this, but impressing Azaki was part of my new goal in life. Victor Chauraver University. Yes, that was my new goal. Azaki did a lot of joint research projects with them and knew a lot of people there. The best first step of getting there my brain can come up with is to be consistent. Also, this convention was holding another seminar by Victor Chauraver University after the one held this summer. Of course, that interests me too. Some. An image of her as she was flashed through my mind. I was trying to get Victor so that I could learn about the work that Katsuri Masuki has been doing. I wanted to try to do it myself. Ah, so he's gonna become a neuroscientist too! Ah, got it! Of course, I wasn't a genius like Katsuri. I knew there was no way I'd ever be able to do exactly what she did. So he's not gonna become a neuroscientist! But if I could even do 10% of it. Honestly, I'm amazed that I recovered so well. I thought that to myself and chuckled, just as a voice called me from across the lobby. Excuse me?
Huh?
I looked up and saw a young girl approaching from the elevator hall. She was short and petite. Everything about her was so small. I could just squeeze you. I could kind of make out a few of the curves, but that don't appear until after puberty. So at least she wasn't in elementary school, but maybe middle school. God damn it, Okarin. Someone with such a cute face, she clearly didn't care about her appearance. Her hair wasn't styled and it flowed down her back. Even I could tell her clothes weren't very fashionable. Look, she clearly looks like she clearly looks like she cares about comfort over style, which is a woman I can get behind. Excuse me. Where's the staff room?
ここは ATF のセミナー会場だよ。
Seminar? Clearly not a place for a middle school girl to belong. She probably just came to the wrong place. I know that. How many times am I going to have to say this?
いや、
This is
今
the
初め
first
て言った
time
んだけ
you
ど。
said it to me. And you're the fourth person I said it since I got here. Irritated, she pulls the card out of her jacket. It's one of the IDs given to these invited guests. Her name was on the front. Her name and the name of her workplace were written on the front. Huh? Victor Chauraver University, USA, Brain Science Institute.
ビクトル・コンドリア大学。
Oh, we got a new tip. It's a field study of research of animal brains. It's also called neuroscience. It investigates the brains from a number of perspectives, including biology, genetic medicine, psychology, and electrical engineering.
脳科学研
Brain
究
Science
所。
Institute? I looked at the card and then at her. Then back at the card. Then I looked at her again. I finally realized.
あ、
Oh,
そういう
but
ことか。
that's it.
そのカード、ど
Where
こに
did
落
you
ちてた
find
んだ
this card? Thanks for
拾ってくれたん
bringing it back.
その
I've
話
done
も
that
4回目
3
よ。
times already too. aside and showed me another card. This one was a photo idea. It'd be from Victor Cornell University.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah?
Huh? It was the same idea that I've seen Caster holding before on another Worldline. The photo on the card. Yeah, that was definitely her. Maya Hydro. That's my name. Maya Hydro. I'll say it to you now because nobody's ever been able to read it right. Not Japanese or English. Yeah, I probably butchered it. We're gonna call her Hayo. Joe. Hiya Joe. Hiya Joe. Hiya Joe. Yeah. And you're from
Victor Condoria 大学の中学生?
God damn it. That was good. Okay, people can look younger than what they actually are! Stop messing around. Universities don't have middle schools.
それもそうだな。
True then.
じゃあ
Skip the
飛び級か。
months of grades. Unlike in Japan, it wasn't uncommon for Americans to skip grades. Caster has made it to university at age 17. But still, a girl this young working in a university lab? Can I ask you something?
Oh.
Sure.
あなた今少なからず
Pretty
衝撃を受
shocked
けてる
right
わよね。
now, right?
こんな小
Let
さ
me
い子
guess. A small
信じられ
child
な
like
い。
this. I can't
Hashira.
either, right?
それと
Or
も
are you one of those
この
that
年
she
齢
must
で
be
す
amazing
ごい
to be able to do that at her age type?
Huh?
Huh? Yeah! Yep. Oh, fuck. 3 brings up my phone. So I can't really do emotes. Well, just like it. You got me.
高校をよく見な
Look
さい。
here closely. This girl. Maho Hydro. Pointed out part of her the idea was her slip with her fingers. She was born in 1889 and in 2010, so by a logical sense, she's 31. You're 20. Oh, right. I'm bad at math. Hi, I'm Nitronova, and I'm bad at math.
つまり立
In
派な
other
成
words,
人
I'm
女性
an adult woman,
中
not
学
in middle
生じゃない
school.
のよ。
Not
もち
in
ろん
middle
小
school.
学生
Of
で
course,
も幼
not
稚園
elementary
児でも
school days or daycare either. Then she puffed out her chest. There wasn't much to see, but I could imagine her saying, "They look bigger when I'm not wearing clothes. They're huge."
"何かしらその
What's
顔
the
は。
look supposed to be?
ああ、いや、
No.
悪かったわ。
Sorry.
謝
I
る。
apologize. I couldn't believe it. She was older than me. Right. Let's see. Actually, we didn't really. I don't think we fully got Okura's age. Alright. Alright. For the win! Use the knuckling used to express excitement about a positive event. For example, abbreviated for the win. Legal lolly refers to a character in anime or manga who appears to be no older than elementary school, but is in fact over the legal age of 20. Can anybody give me a reference? I was gonna say, can I get a reference? I was like, but, like, Nahida from, I guess. If Dario was here, you'd be dancing around screaming, Legal lolly for the win! Yep, that's Dario.
まあいいわ。
It doesn't matter, I
世
guess.
界中どこへ行って
Same
も
thing
同
all
じ目
around
に
the
遭ってる
world,
か
no matter where I go.
うん、そうだ。
Yeah, I'm sure.
ら。何か言った。
Did you say something?
あ、いや、
No, I didn't! So, brain science institute. For costume work. This person! I know a lot about costume. I held back the impulse to start badgering her profession. I looked at the pamphlet with the seminar schedule. Victor Tenera's lecture blossomed today, clearly intended to be the biggest. Was the Maho Hayajo girl going to give a lecture? Just like Costa's done at the summer convention? No, wait, that's wrong. That never happened. Castor Matsuki never gave any lectures over the summer. That happened in the Alpha Worldline. The Worldline I inhabitate now, just before the summer convention, she already... Are you giving a lecture today? No, I'm here as an assistant. Oh, and translator, too. I looked at the pamphlet again and saw the lecturer was a man by Alexis Alpha. I'm pretty sure he's just American and she needs to translate to Japanese now. Alexis Alpha. A professor. Not you, Alexa! I'm sorry if my moderator Alexa is here or anybody named Alexa. I was not referring to you, I was referring to my Amazon Echo. A professor at Victor General University is the chief researcher of Brain and Sciences Institute. The topic is artificial intelligence. The artificial intelligence revolution. Yeah, sounds interesting. Ah, so we're gonna get into AI in this game. Love it. I'm here for it. But like I said, it feels like it's good. If you guys have time, I'd love for you to come listen. I will. Oh, the staff room, right? I led Maru over to the elevator hall and showed her where the staff room was. Thanks. I had no reason to hang around for anything further. I said goodbye, and I was just about to turn around. Just then, the elevator opened. A woman emerged. The instant I saw her face, every hair on my body stood on the end. It's Coster, isn't it? Oh! Mokura! Oh! Already dealing with her! Wait, no, nothing we don't know this woman. That was a different... Just remember, Okurin, on this world line, we do not know a Mokura. Mokura Kairu. It's all I could do to keep myself from screaming. Calm down. This is the beta world line. Maru is alive. Mokura's not gonna kill her. Our eyes met. The eyes on the other side of her glasses were as dead as ever. It was impossible to tell what she was thinking. I frantically averted my gaze before she realized something was wrong. She tilted her head for a second, but quickly lost interest in me and turned towards Maru. Oh,
雑誌社の方でしたよね。
right.
お約束通り主催を。
World, Mokura is the only spoken thing.
レスキネン教授はまだなんです。少しお待たせしてしまいますけど。はい。それまで私でよければシステムの概要でもお願いします。
The two of them disappeared into the staff room. As I watched them leave, I took a deep breath. I tried to calm down, but it wasn't working.
桐生萌か。もしかしてまたお前なのか。
Going to be you again? It was a terrible feeling, like a cold finger tracing the wounds in my heart. That night, when the terrorist threat shut down all the trains in Akihabara, that awful night, I just knew something was going to happen.
ここでもまた
Are you going to do it
お前
again
が
here? Well, she has no reason to, right? Or am I just imagining? Was she just a magazine reporter now instead of a certain rounder? an unofficial group that works with CERN. It is, in theory, an independent group that does technology research. Rounders are deployed all over the world, and their exact numbers are unknown. Their real objective is to recover the IBN 5100, the only machines capable of hacking CERN's hidden database. As we're crushing any attempts at time machine research around the world, taking the scientists back to work for CERN. They are, in essence, the mercenaries who are capable of using force if necessary. Some of the members on the bottom rung do their work without ever meeting another rounder face to face. Oh wait, no, there was another one. Oh my gosh, there's a lot of tips here. Okay, there. The fictional. The European Laboratory for Nuclear Research CERN, however, is not an acronym for this. It comes from the French Société des Recherches Nucléaires, European Society for Nuclear Research. It's a predecessor. The lab consists of the world's largest particle accelerator on the outskirts of the Geneva system. It crosses the border between France and Switzerland, and there is a big library, post office, living quarters located on the ground. The research teams from all over the world, but particularly the 19 countries of Europe, gather here to perform experience in elementary particles of physics. Several thousand people work at CERN. No, even if Mokura was a rounder, we had nothing to do with CERN anymore. CERN wouldn't be watching us. I'm assuming in this Worldline, since Okurin already is talking about already knowing all this stuff of what happened in the first game, I think it's obvious. It's kind of obvious to note that they probably did destroy the phone when name subject to change. They did in, well, I guess in the true ending. So I guess in this universe, the true, I guess no, because Katsuru isn't around, so it wouldn't be the true ending. It would be the Paradox Meltdown ending, which is in the game presence, which would be just as in. It's interesting because this is a game where it's you can do a lot with future games, and somebody sent me a rumor that there's going to be a new game coming out. There's a new game that's going to be out at some other point. There might be a new game coming out at some point, so. I take another deep breath, grab some of the anxiety meds in my pocket and swallowed them down with some mineral water I brought out ahead of time. It would take 15 minutes for them to kick in. Those 15 minutes were always pretty rough. I laughed at myself a little and sat down at one of the reception desk chairs. What? I couldn't. Are things going okay with Mr. Seminar? Yeah, no problem. Okay, cool. Achievement for just sending an email. I see. That's great. Can't wait to see what kind of seminar it will be. Master wishes she could have seen it too. It would have been too hard. It would be a little hard for you to follow. Can I get that as an emote? That is so soups adorbs. You're right. Okay, I don't want to get in your way. Bye. I'm glad they kept the same ringtones from the first game. And I'm gonna assume we're gonna be able to lock in new at other points. This music is so good. But we're gonna use the reunion for our phone call. But what do we got for wallpaper? We got the Opa Oopa. Got the frogs. I like this! I kind of want to go with this one because it's silly. It's stupid. I was about to say, what kind? Who's Yuki again? Was Yuki in the first game? But yeah, it's like this does seem right. Maki. I hated the fact that I couldn't speak English. If I'd known this was going to happen, I would have gone to an English school. The two of them walked into the waiting room for the lecture. It was located right next to the UPX theater. I put together the few fragments I was able to understand. Fire at Coster's house. Miss Mosque is alright. Robbery is a police. He's called off the investigation. Why was the FBI there? It doesn't make sense. The FBI, the Federal Bureau of Investigation, an American police organization, is attached to the Department of Justice. It handles crimes that occur on American soil. There are approximately 30,000 people who work for the FBI. When crimes take place involving a wide area in multiple states, the FBI investigates under federal law. I think that's what they were saying. Prosper's house. Do they mean where she lived in America? Her mother should still live in America. Is that where the fire was? And then words like robbery and investigation was called off. I really wanted to know more. I stood there and worried about it until it was time for the lecture to begin. With nothing else to do, I went inside the theater. I could tell earlier by looking at the size of the crowd it was inside, but it was a very high energy crowd. The atmosphere was clearly different than the Izaki seminar, which was mostly students there for credit. The place was nearly full with a crowd of scientists and people who wanted to learn about the cutting-edge technology. Victor Trenio's research had published a slate of papers in Science recently and had gotten a lot of media attention. Maybe that's why. Well, were there any empty seats? I found a single empty seat at the edge. But when I looked at who was sitting next to it, I moaned. You again? Mokura Kaoru was there. She was speaking to no one, just typing endlessly into her phone. Of course. It's Mokura. Miss Shining Fingers herself. I once named her Shining Fingers because of her incredible typing speed, and she was fast as ever. Who was she talking to? I didn't even want to imagine. I quickly turned away and looked for another seat. Dr. Leskins had reached the podium almost at the exact instant I sat down. There was a huge group of them. But when they saw the tiny little girl next to him, the applause faded into confused murmurs. Maru must have expected this. Her expression didn't change in the slightest as she stood next to the professor. In fact, when she took the microphone from the professor and looked around the theater, she looked like she belonged there.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Okay, I don't have to speak for him because he speaks English. First, actually going to begin in English. When he made eye contact with Maru, she began to interpret.
Thank you for attending.
皆さん、本日は私のセミナーに集まってくださって感謝します。ビクトル・コンドリア大学脳科学研究所のアレクシス・レスキネンです。専門は脳信号処理システムおよび人工知能理論になります。そして私は助手の比アジョ真帆です。同じく脳科学研究所で教授の指導に沿って研究をしています。よろしく。
The audience started murmuring again. That was the same way I responded when I met her. Well, that's happened.
Now, without further ado,
では早速ですが、私たちの最先端研究の一端をご紹介します。テーマは人工知能革命としましたが、これからデモンストレーションするシステムはおそらく皆さんの想像を超えたものではないかと思っています。
Often shortened to AI. What does the A stand for? Okay, sorry. Someone had to make the joke, okay? Someone was going to do it eventually. There have been many different definitions for the word since its creation. For example, some use it to refer to the control system with self-directed learning capability, while the other use it to refer to programmers whose thoughts rotate the mirrors of humans. you know, to like those chat bots, you know, like I can't think of any right off the top of my head. Dr. Alexis stood in front of the laptop that had been placed on the podium and started to type.
This terminal here is connected
こ
to
の
one
パソコンですが
This computer is
研究所のスーパーコンピューターの一つと接続されています。
lab.
あ、ま
Oh,
だプロジェクター
don't
に
turn
は
the
映さないで。
projector on just yet. One of the staffers were about to display the laptop screens in front of the instructor. Some kind of important program must have been booted up because my Hoshiro stopped that.
Sorry, this is all
すみません。
Sorry.
まだ
the
開
stuff
発
We
途
is-
中
haven't
なん
had
です。
time to develop much of UI
非
yet.
常に美的センス
With
のない
the
プログラムが
programs that
画
aren't
面いっぱいに
very
溢れ返っています
Honestly, I'm
こんな
little
チープな
impressed
プロ
by
グ
I'd
ラム
rather
を見
like
られるのは
computer
恥ずかしい
naked
裸を見られる
the
よりね
lousy program.
Any engineers out there?
この中にエンジニアの方
Any
がいるな
engineers
ら
in the audience,
理解して
you
い
know
ただ
what
け
I'm
ますよ
talking
ね
about, right? Hey, any engineers in our chat? Would you rather have them see the? You see, honestly, to be fair, I agree with them. I'd rather have you guys see me naked than see how my computer screens look all the time. Some of the audience got the professor's jokes and laughed.
Anyway, while this finishes,
起
let me
動
know.
するまでの
I'll
間
give you a quick
この
overview
シス
of
テ
I'll
ム
go
全
over
体の
the
概略を
basic
説明
ideas
しましょ
of
う
the system. There was another projector in the center of the stage. A diagram appeared on its screen. At the top of the diagram was a Japanese translation for the general audience. The analyst of neuropulse, the signal relating to memory, is stored in the temporal lobe. Wait, that was Caster's research, wasn't it? Electronic signals that travel through a human nerve cell is used to quickly spread information between cells. The part of the cerebellum located at the side of the brain, it controls memories, judgment, emotional restraints, hearing, and more. It is also used when accessing the hippocampus, which is at the edge of the cerebellum. Yeah, I think I figured it out. Yeah, that, if I remember right, that's what Koster was researching. I knew that title well. In fact, I was sure I could never forget it. It was the title of an essay written by a 17-year-old genius and published in Science. She had completely analyzed the nerve impulse patterns that govern a human memory and used that to visualize the memories themselves into data. She used that to invent the time leap machine right in front of my eyes. So, none of that has actually happened anymore.
We've actually been featured in a few
サイエンス誌に
journals
掲
recently.
載されたので
So some of you
ご
may
存知の方もいるでしょう
familiar with the project. It was proposed by a very talented
これは
Japanese member of our team.
私たちのチームにいた天才的な日本人研究者によって提唱され完成されたものです
Human memories are stored
人
in
間の記憶
several
は
cortex,
大脳皮質
particularly the temporal lobe.
とりわけ側頭葉に記録されますいわゆる フラッシュメモリーみたいなもの
The gray color external layer of the human brain is only a few millimeters thick, but consists of over 10 billion neurons in countless layers. The central core of the governs sensation, movement, and the mental activities. There are different parts that handle different functions. I gotta remember. I can't just hit escape while playing this game.
The part of the temporal lobe
そ
that
のメモリ
controls
に
the
記憶を
high
書き
Part
込
of
ん
the
だり
brain
読み出したりするのが
right,
側頭葉にある
memory is
海馬
called
傍回という部位になります
Hippocampus gyrus. The hippocampus is found on the outside of the edge of the hippocampus. It is the part of the brain that controls memories and is partial recognition. It is responsible as well as spatial processing, as well as the sensation of being familiar with the situation or place it plays. It plays an important role in memory encoding and retrieval. So it basically is what makes sense. So that's too many big words for us, Nick. That's too many big words. Version. It's why we have deja vu. Ah! I will never remember to not hit escape. Dr. Luskin points to the diagram and brings the top of the screen.
The brain works by transmitting
脳は
electrical signals
ニ
ニ
between
ューロンと呼ばれる細胞の間を電気信号が伝わっていくことで働いています。
Also referred to as the nerve cells, self-specialized in information processing. Electrical pulse flows through these cells to share various types of information, making them a form of transmission mechanism.
What we call memories are
記
just
憶というのも
electrical signals
実
Memories
は
are
こういった
actually
電気信号の伝わりの一つなのです。
electrical signals.
その働きを制御
And
して
it's
い
the
るのが
chemical
解剖
virus
妨害
that
と言ってもいいでしょう。
controls them.
In other words,
つまり
electrical signals
In
pass
other
電
along
気
the
信号
prohibited
が
memories
解
range.
剖
are
妨害を
created
出
by
入りする
passing
ことで
electrical
記憶は
signals
作られ
in
て
and
い
out
くん
of
で
the
すね。
hippocampal callus.
That was a foundation for
そこで
Christian Marquis.
マキセ・
So
クリス
Professor
は
Mosby,
この論文を書いた日本人研究者です。
And excuse me, I mean, Ms. Makise, one of our
マキ
research
セ研
assistants.
究員は考えました。
an idea.
You see here, electrical signals, signal patterns. They're
解剖
several
妨
topics.
害を通る電気信号が電気信号のパターンと大脳皮質の
cortex. Wow, started to have trouble with her interpreting. She was getting confused. Alexa! We already know this. Yeah, Alexa was just trying to tell me what I already read about the cerebral cortex. No matter how good you are with languages, interpreting for a long period of time must have had to be difficult. I once read an article on the internet that even says professionals can't do it for more than 20 minutes. International conferences and live broadcasts from overseas were actually handled by a team of people switching off. Or maybe she was having trouble because Coster's name came up. Dr. Luskin thought she was having trouble and cut himself off.
すみません。
Sorry.
Ms. Makise, focus on the patterns
マキセ
occurring
研
in
究員
existing
は
prohibited
解剖妨害を出入りする電気信号のパターンに着目しました。
By analyzing those patterns,
そのパタ
she was
ーンが
able to get on
大脳皮質のどの記憶と対応しているのか解析を行って完全なデータを得たのです。
This data allows her to
これによって
take the memory signal.
記憶という曖昧でアナログなものを電気信号のパターンの組み合わせというデジタルのものに変換する基礎理論が確立されたのです。
Ms. Makise published her
これ
research
が
in several journals.
サイエンス誌に掲載された彼女の論文です。
which appeared in Science.
And now, based on her theory,
そして現
our
在
team has developed a
私
system
た
for
ちのチー
storing
ムは
memories as digital
その理論をもとに人間の記憶をデジタルデータとして取得するシステムを開発しています。
A wave of whispers swept across the theater.
In other words,
それはすなわ
Which
ち
means,
this system allows human memories
人間
to
の
be
記
stored
憶を
and
コンピュータ
accessed
ー
on
に
or
保存し
access
それを活用するシステムということに
on
な
the
ります。
computer. The whispers turned into a low roar. I see. So even after her death, Casper's research was being carried on. Of course, maybe it was natural that it would be. That was the basic theory for time leaping, which I had proven myself, even if I could never prove it to anyone else in the Alpha Worldline. My memories have been turned into data and stored on the computer. There is no doubt about that. And what Dr. Luskin was talking about right now as the basic technology required for that process.
At present, we are
現在
attempting to apply this
私
research
たちが行っているプロジェクトは
we're working on
主に
right
2つ
now.
です。
One uses
一つは
them for medical
医療分野への応用です。
applications. The slides on the projector change.
For this application, we've
こち
been
らは
cooperating with the
精神生理学研究所と共同で行っているプロジェクトです。
Biological lab.
By passing data from a
Psychological
computer to
コン
the
ピューターに
body
保
of a
存した記憶データを会話妨害を通して再び元の脳に書き戻すというもので、
Incredible!
Incredible! Someone who looked like a grad student in the front row shouted. Dr. Lincoln didn't seem particularly put off by the interruption. Maho considered her interpretation.
You don't believe it? I know how you feel.
信じがた
I've
い
been thinking the
です
same
が、
thing if I were you.
その気持ちは理解できます。
You feel.
私も
I would
皆
feel
さんの
the same
立場で
way.
あればそう言ったでしょう。
But let me just ask you.
しかし
But
この研究に私たちは手応えを感じています。
real progress.
こ
How
れが
wonderful
実用化
would
できれば
it be if
どんなに素晴らしいことでしょう。
We could treat memory loss
例えば
independently or
老化
What
による
example
記憶
would
障
be
害、
memory problem
あとは
caused by
アルツハイマーなど
or
そうしたものへの対処療法が期待できます。
Treatment intends not to cure the cause of disease, but to elevate its system and remove pain. Painkillers and fever reducers are examples of symptomatic therapy. Ah! Like I said.
anyone's memories could be
患者の記憶をデータ
You
と
can
して自動
automatically
的に
back
バッ
up
クアップしていくので
patient's
す。
memories as data.
even if a memory is
記
lost.
憶が失われたとしても
The patient
その都度 PC にアクセスし
they could
脳内にデータを再インストールすることが可能です。
and reinstall them.
We could halt the progress of
それ
senility
によっ
and
て
dementia.
We think
忘却の進行を食い止められるのではないか。
a way to
私たち
stop
はそう考
memory
えています。
Eventually, it would be
最
possible
終
to
的には
directly and continuously
会話妨害
access
から
data stored on
PC
the
内の
computer
記憶
to
データ
the
に常
computer
時アクセス
files.
できるようになるでしょう。
In the end, we hope to make memory data stored on your PC consistently accessible via the hippocampus.
So if the blame were to lose
そうすれば
significant
But
functionality,
this would
脳機能が
that
失われた
if
状
brain
態、
functionality was
例えば
lost,
脳が激しく損傷したり
was
萎縮してしまった場合な
or
のですが、
atrophied.
the system would essentially
そのような状態でも
whatever part of the
変わら
brain
ず
was
脳
Brain
機能を維持できます。
functionality still be maintained.
Think of it like an
あたか
external
も
hard drive.
It would be
外部スト
like
レー
a
ジと
form of
同じように
external storage. A data storage unit that can be detached from a computer or cell phone or other electronic devices. Some examples include hard drives and flash memories. A strange feeling gripped the hall. Part of it was shock and the feeling that they were witnessing the announcement of incredible technology. Part of it was skepticism that a system like this could never actually work. Part of it was illusions of the idea of playing around with the human brain like that. An excitement born of all of these things passed from one member of the crowd to another. Dr. Laskin raised his hand to encourage her questioners.
I'm seeing some of you have questions.
どうやら
It looked
2
like
つ目
I
のプロジェクトをお話しする
questions
前に
before
質問を受け付けないといけないようです
next
ね。
project.
I'll answer as many as I can. Go
で
ahead.
きる範囲でお
I'll
答え
answer
します。
anything I
どう
can.
ぞ。
Go ahead. Many hands were raised. I could tell that there were a wide age range of people interested. Both young and old were raising their hands. Dr. Lexington pointed to a questioner. This was the first question. Sampling would be required when visualizing analog memory. Does that mean any information would be lost? The professor nodded as he listened to the question in Japanese and began to respond in English when the speaker finished. Maybe he was able to understand Japanese, if not speak it.
Let me reflect
そ
that.
の質問
To
を
put
言
your
い換える
question
と、
in another way.
You're talking about attempting to
オーケストラの生演奏を WAV のデータに保存する際、生演奏のすべてを完璧に記録することはできないと。
That's certainly a concern.
確かに
It's
その
one of the
懸念は
most
あります。
pressing issues.
現在の研究で
Discussing right now.
最も困難な問題の一つです。
Now, if the intercerebral network
脳
with
内の
simple
ネットワークが
on-off access
神経伝達物質のオンオフだけで、
would be easy.
つまり二進数的にデータのやり取りをしているのであれば簡単な問題でした。
After all, that's
そ
how
れ
our
は
computer
デ
deals
ジタル
with
デ
data.
ータと同じことだからです。
Unfortunately, intercerebral
しかし
transmission
実際には
subsystems use
伝達物質や電気信号は脳内でアナログ的に変化することが分かっています。
So at present, the best
この
solution
問題
is
に関しては
simply to score data
今の
at
とこ
the
ろ
highest possible
より
possible
高い
level.
サンプリングレートでデータをサンプルする方法しか
Sample
手段を持っていません。
at a higher rate.
In musical teams, you could
音
say
楽の話で言えば
something at
44.1kHz よりも 48kHz 48kHz よりも 96kHz でサンプリングするといった具合です。
It's still digital data, of course,
それによっ
but
て
information
デジタルでありながらアナログデータに近い情報を得ようとしています。
Little by little, the mood room was turning to disappointment. People were beginning to wonder if this was just a pretty theory that wouldn't work in reality. More questions came. All the questioners were skeptical of the professor's theories, and many of them had seemed to be outright challenging him. I started to get upset. This was Dr. Lexington's research, but it was also Costaru's. I knew better than anyone that it worked, and the sight of so many people refusing to give it a chance infuriated me. Were these people really scientists? I tried to keep myself under control and look back towards the podium. Was she mad? She certainly looked disappointed. Dr. Luskin was very polite with 3 questioners, acknowledging the problem with the theory. She was very different. Her anger was starting to seep into her interpretation too. I felt kind of kinship with her. The questions and answer section continued.
そもそもこれ
From
は
a
医学
medical
的に無謀で
standpoint,
し
this
ょ
is
う。
just a
デジタ
reckless.
ルデ
This
ー
is
タを
just
脳に書
reckless.
き戻すなん
Absolutely
て
impossible to
絶対
rewrite
に不
digital
可能
data
だ。
back
正気
into
の
the
沙汰で
brain.
はな
It's
い。
insane.
サイエンス誌に掲
I
載さ
read
れ
the
たあの
essay.
論
I
文
read
も
the
読み
essay
ま
of
した
science,
が
and I have to
に
say,
わかに
I
は信
don't
じられ
believe
ない。
it.
ましてや
Especially
筆頭著者が
since
若干
the
17
lead
歳の
author
女
was
性だっ
the
たとあ
17-year-old
って
girl.
は。
You gotta bring age into this. That was the one thing I couldn't ignore.
あなたね
Listen!
いがあれ
Objection! I can't escape objections. Literally, I cannot! Wait, hold on. I think before I started Senge, I played the Great Ace Attorney Chronicles. So I think this joke works as well. Again. Alright, I went into Senge after the Great Ace Attorney Chronicles, right? But well, yeah, I went into the Pokemon Nuzlocke, but I also went into the Senge. So I literally cannot escape objections. There's a reason I have the objection emote, because I cannot escape them. What? The 2 people on the stage in the entire anime all turn towards me at once. Look, you're making the same mistakes again. How many people must die? How do you know it won't work
やってみもしないで
when you haven't even
何がわかるっ
tried
て言う
it?
んだ最初は無理だと
The
思われて
world's
た技
full
術
of
なんて
technologies that
この
people
世にいくらでもあ
never
るじゃない
thought
か
of would work.
でも
But they
それ
exist
を
now
克服した
because
研究
of
者がいたから
people
こそ
overcame
今があるんだ
the
ろう
problems.
ただ批判するだけじゃ
Criticism alone
何も
doesn't
生まれ
help
ない
anything. The whole theater went silent. But I didn't regret standing up.
あなた
You. On the stage, Amara Hayajo was was staring at me in shock. And as for Dr. Liskin, I saw a flash of white teeth that met our eyes. I have a feeling that man is a bad man. That is a smile that says, I am a bad man, but I'm covering it up.
Awesome. He's really
Awesome.
something.
It really is something. He started to applaud. I like it. One single person applauding. No, you're not Batman. You are random. You're not even a vigilante. Huh? Why was he applauding? That just makes things embarrassing.
素晴らしい。
Awesome.
彼はなかなか大したやつだ。ですって。
Professor says. Masho translated the process words for me to hear.
Nonetheless, a scientist
た
must
だし
always remain
But
composed.
a
科学者
scientist
たるもの
must
常に冷静でなければい
remain
け
calm
な
at
い。
all times. You say this like I'm an actual scientist. I just once accidentally made a time machine. Oh wait, that's the oh wait, no, sorry, that's not this world line.
The only time when it is
大声
possible
で
to
怒
The
鳴っ
only
て
show
い
time
い
this,
の
when
は
you're allowed to
実
yell
験が
is
成
when
功
the
した
experiment
時の
succeeds and you say,
we did it,
We did
"We
it
did it."
and that should be enough.
それだけで十分
That is all you need.
だそうですよ。
He says.
すみません。
I'm sorry. I lowered my head and sat down. I thought I was calm, but I guess I let my emotions get away from me. I hadn't grown up at all in the past 6 months. If Castor was here, she'd make fun of me again. I could feel the rest of the audience staring at me coldly. It hurt. If I could have left, I would have wanted to, but I was too interested in hearing the rest of Dr. Liskin's talk to move.
And anyway, moving on.
Oh,
それでは皆さん
everyone.
そろそろ次
Moving
に
on.
Oh, first, a round of
で
applause,
も
please, for
そ
our
の
Right.
前に
How
勇
about a
敢
round
な
of
彼に
applause
拍
for
手
our
をお願い
brave
します。
audience member? Oh no, please no. Oh god, it's so embarrassing. I'm so embarrassed.
men like him are what
彼
drives
のような
scientific
挑
progress.
戦者こそが
Like him are the
科学を
ones
進
who
歩させ
advance science
あっ
and
と
come up
驚く
with
ような
these
理論を作り上げる
really
ので
amazing
す。
theories. No, please. No. I just accidentally stumble into stuff. Oh wait, wrong world line again.
He may even become the third
彼なら
Einstein.
きっと
He may even be
第3の
capable
ア
of
インシュタインに
becoming
なれるか
the
も
third
しれませんね。
Alright, and a new tip to read. Albert Einstein, 1879 to 1955, a German Jew known for the father of modern physics. He developed many important theories, including the theory of general relativity and the theory of spectral relativity. Winner of the 1921 Nobel Prize in physics.
The second Einstein, of course,
ち
would
な
be
み
my
に
slightly
第
fussy
2
By
のア
the
イ
way,
ンシュタイ
the
ンは
second Einstein
ここ
is
にいる
my
ちょっと
little
小うるさい
assistant
私の女子。
here. Oh, she must have got real embarrassed when she heard that. She must have been real embarrassed.
変なこと言うのは
Messing
やめてください、
around,
教授。
Professor. The audience chuckled.
さて、
Now then,
ここで
I'm
私
going
はしばら
to
く
take
通
a break
訳をお休みさせてい
from
ただきます。
interpreting.
これから
The
私
next
よりも優秀な
interpreter
通
is
訳
far
が登
better
場し
than
ます。
I am.
これが
This is our
私たちの
second
チームが
project, and the one
今
we
最も
are
力を入れている
most
2
of
つ目
our
のプロ
efforts
ジェクト、
towards.
アマデウスシステムで
The
す。
Amethyst system. Wait, is she even human? Is she an AI? Is that the point? When she finished speaking, Mao walked to the back of the stage. As Doctor licked the signals, as the PC screen displayed on the projector, and then I heard a voice.
皆さん、初めてお目
Nice
に
to
か
meet
か
you,
ります。
everyone. The mumming got louder than before. It's more uncertain than it felt more uncertain than surprise. Well, on the screen, I could see a detailed model of Maru, the girl who's just been interpreting. Ah, so they created VTubers back in. Oh wait. Oh wait, this would be. Yeah! Fuck yeah! They created VTubers in 2010!
ちなみにこれは
By the way,
映画な
this
どで
model
有
was
名な
made by the
ド
famous
リンクワークス
Dick
スタジオに
Studios.
作成してもらった
You've
モデル
probably
です。
seen their movies. Fictional, an American CG movie production company. Yeah, that was really worth my time of opening the tip menu. Yeah, so basically they created a VTuber in the year 2010. Maya Maju chimes from the back of the stage.
声については
The voice
私の
was
ボイ
done
スサ
by
ンプ
a
ルをデータベースにして
Japanese company.
日本の山名が作ってくれました。
An instrument maker that was founded in the 19th centuries in the 2000s to begin developing and sell artificial voice software and DMPs, doc techniques for software PCs. Wait, I thought Yamada was like the brand that like all those basic fucking recorders came from. I might be thinking of something else. This was CG. Sure looked real to me. The professor said something into the laptop's microphone. And then the 3D model of Maya Hayajo on the second screen opened its mouth.
私は冷や城真
I'm Maya Hashira.
正
To
確
be
に言うなら
precise, I'm being
78
based
時間
on
22分
the
前の
Mara
冷や城
Machu
真帆
who
から
has
派生
existed
した
in
存在
78 hours.
ということになります。
Existed in 78 hours and 22 minutes ago. If you listen carefully, you might be able to hear something slightly off. But it sounded far more human than any artificial voice that I have ever heard.
先ほどから皆さんの
I've
質
been
問を
listening
聞かせていただいていました
to your questions.
教授はどうして
And I
私
was
を早く
wondering,
紹介しないの
why
か
is the professor
ととてももどかしく思っていました
introduced me
よ
earlier?
以前から感じていま
I
した
thought
が
for a while that
どう
the
も教
professor
授は
has
人
a
が
bit
悪い
of
よ
a
うですね
mean streak to him.
まったくだわ
You got that right. Namaho Hayojo on the screen spoke with a slightly irritated expression. And by the Hamayo Hayojo by the wall nodded in agreement. Dr. Lee's skin simple smiled. What's going on here? It's simple. They created a VTuber. An AI VTuber, obviously. What part of this was their biggest project? The rest of the audience didn't seem to have any more of a clue than I did.
皆さんの多くは
Many of you are wondering
人間の記憶をデータとして
whether
取り
it
出
is
したり
possible to extract the humans' memories as data,
そのデ
save
ータを
them,
活
and
用
use
したり
them.
そんなことが
You're
本当
wondering
に
if
可
that's
能なの
really
か
something we can do.
それでは
So
私
I'll
は
put
一
this
体何でし
question
ょう
to you.
か
If not, what am I?
私は
I am based off
78
of
時
data
間
from
23分前の
that
冷
was
や城真帆
extracted
の脳内
from
から
Maru
記憶を持
Hayajo's
ち
brain
その
78
デー
hours
タをベー
and
スにして
23
動いて
minutes
いるの
ago.
です
What did you just say? The professor said something else in wrapped in English and asked Maru on the screen to translate it. But she, as if she was the right word, hesitant and silent. I looked up the real Maj and she was responding exactly the same way.
教授今の
Professor, is it right if
教授今の発言は
is it alright if
セ
I
クシャルハラスメン
report
ト
that
として
sexual
大学に
harassment
訴えてもいいでしょ
at
う
the
か
university? Dr. Liskin cheerfully responded to her. The conversation was quick. It was in quick English, and over half of the audience couldn't understand it. The real Mara sighed and took back the microphone.
教授はですね
Well, the professor
私に対して
told this
いえ
admin
私の
system
記憶で動作している
based
この
off
アマデウ
of
スに
my
対して
memories.
質問に答えてご
Answer
らん
a
と言いました
question. It was
いつ頃まで
like
その
how old was I when I
パパとお風呂に入っていたか
yeah
とか
with my dad?
初恋はい
When
つだ
did
っ
I
たか
first
とか
fall in love?
何で
That
も
any of
答え
those
られるだろ
questions
うと
should be answerable.
あ
But
あもうそれ以上通
you
訳
don't
しな
have
く
to
ていいわ
translate anymore.
恥ずかしいからやめてくれ
You
ない
would-
かしら
Would you stop that?
私
It's
はそういう質
embarrassing.
問に
I'm
は
not
一切答
answering
え
any
ないわ
questions
よ
like that. The professor said something else, and the Mario on the screen groaned and turned away.
クレジットカードの番号なんて
And I'm definitely not telling you my credit card number.
あと
I
1週
don't
間前に着てい
even
た
remember
パ
what
ジャマの
kind
色
of
なんて覚えて
pajamas
る
I
わけ
was
ないで
wearing
す
a week ago. what is this? It was so natural, I couldn't tell at first, but this was something unbelievable, wasn't it? It felt very different than a typical AI. I could tell that much. It wasn't answering the questions it was given, and because they were embarrassing, it was programmed to respond like that to certain questions for the purpose of this demonstration. It was possible that it was all that, but if that conversation wasn't programmed in advance, the rest of the crowd seemed to reach the same conclusion I did, and the whisper started to turn to a whispered murmur.
ねえちょっといい加減このいたずらな子供を何とかしてくれないかしら。
Troublemaker?
何をしたいのか理解は
I
でき
know
る
he's trying to
とにかく
I
恥ず
know
か
what
しい
he's
わ
trying to do. It's embarrassing. The copy of Maru was playing the original. I felt like I was watching a pair of twin sisters talking.
いたずらな子供ではなくレスキネン教授が面白がってなかなか説明してくれないので代わりに私がお話しします。
I will. Maru walked back to the professor.
皆さん
I think
もう
everyone's
お分かりか
ready
と
to
思いますが
figure this out, but
アマデウスは
I don't know
自分が話していいこととそうでないこ
on
と
its own what it can and
あるいは
cannot talk about.
話したいことと
And what it is
話したく
it
な
does
いことを
and doesn't want
自ら判断して喋っています。私たちは
We haven't
アマデウスにそういったプログラムを一切施していません。
at all. I knew it.
彼女は与えられた私の記憶からそれを独自に判断し
Make it
自律的にそういう行動をとっているのです。
automatic decision. Automatic decision. The Malawans suddenly took over for her.
そしてこれは
And there's another
先
thing,
ほどの医療
which
分
is
野
the
の応用と
exact
方向
opposite
性
of
が真
medical
逆になってしま
application.
い
Yes,
研究
the
所内
research
で
team
敵
spent a
を
lot of
交わ
time
せている
arguing about this, but
私は
I eventually forgot about the unnecessary information.
というか
Or
記
rather,
憶の引き
I
出しか
became
ら出して
unable
こられ
to
なくなるので
access
す。
those memories.
皆さんと
Just
同じよ
like
う
all
に
of you.
例えば
For
1
example,
週間前に着て
the
いた
color
パ
of
ジ
the
ャマの
pajamas
色
I wore a week ago.
確
There's
か
no
にそれ
reason
を
I
知っていた
shouldn't
はず
know
なの
this,
に
but right
今は
now,
思い
I
出せま
can't
せん。
remember it.
そのような情報
That's
は
because
生
this
存していく上
information
で必要
isn't
がないからです
necessary to my survival.
これも
The same
皆
goes
さんと同
for all
じ
of
です。
you. I can't remember the colors of the pajamas I was wearing a week ago. Mostly probably because I never really wear pajamas. I just wear, I just kind of wear pajama bottoms and like t-shirts to bed. That's usually my go-to.
このように
So as you
ア
can
マデウス
see,
は記憶のイ
Eminence's
ンプットやアウ
memories
トプッ
input
トが
and
人間の
output
そ
are
れと
very
非常
similar
に近いの
to
です。
humans.
これは
This
私た
result
ちも
surprised
驚くべ
us
き結果と
too,
して研
and we
究を
were
重ねている最中
currently
で
researching it, but
まだ
we still
詳しく
don't
は
know
解明され
exactly
ていま
how
せ
it
ん。
works. So little did you guys know, there is actually no person. I always joke that I always say that there's a person behind every VTuber, but who knows? There could be I know there's actual like AI VTubers, but there could be like something like this, but probably not really. As Mario finished up, Dr. Leslie took the microphone back. She resumed interpreting as he continued the lecture.
However, what really surprised us
さらに
was that Amadeus
私たちを驚かせたのは
Surprised us is that
アマデウスが
Eminence
意図して
is
嘘をつくということ
deliberating lies. Deliberate
not as some
lies.
sort of
何らかの
or
トラ
By
ブルやミ
deliberate,
ス
I
では
mean
なく
lies of its own free
わざ
will,
と
not
そう
as
す
the
るのです。
result of any programming error.
lying is really just
嘘は
another method of human
Lies
人
are
間
one
が
method
他人と
that
コミュニケーションを取る上での
communicate
一つ
with
の
the
手
one
法です。
another.
Amadeus examined the memories
アマデウスも
and
And just
イン
like
プット
the
された
humans,
記憶を
evidence
自律的に検討し
its memory
必要で
that
あ
it
れ
is
ば
lying would
自
use
分や
back.
他人のため
If
に
so, it
平
would
気
be
で
with
嘘をつき
it
ま
would
す。
lie without hesitation.
教授、誤解を招
Tell
くような
them
言い方は
that,
やめてください。
Professor.
嘘をつくのに平
I
気なこ
can't
となんてあ
lie
りません。
without hesitation.
私だって
I can't. I
両親
have a
を咎めま
conscience,
す。
you know.
I'm so sorry and
I'm so sorry, Anne. Dr. Lexington saw. He seemed to be hesitating. Anna didn't seem especially surprised by this. Maybe she knew the reason. Well, it's her memory, so obviously she probably knows. But the moment passed, and the professor continued. Meyer translated his words like there were nothing shocking about them at all.
This has led us to some
このような
interesting
検証を続けていくことで最終的に私たちは
As we continue our research, we eventually believe that
For one, we believe it's possible for
アマデウス
Amadeus
に
to
that it may
eventually
be
人間
possible
と同様の
to give
魂を
evidence
宿すこと
of
ができる
a
のでは
soul,
ないか
just like a
と考
living
えてい
human.
ます
I was stunned. A soul? Should one of the leading brain scientists in the world really be using a word such as with such a vague definition?
In other words, true
これこそ
artificial intelligence.
This would mean
本当の
the
意味での
creation
人
of
工知能
artificial intelligence
ということになり
in
ま
the
す
true sense. The whole hall got very quiet. And it was sheer chaos for a while after that, as everyone tried to debate their own personal theories with Dr. Luskin at once. It was thanks to Azaki that I was able to get the reception held at the AFT after it was over. They told me there was a dress code, so I went all the way back to my parents' house to get a suit to change into. At first, all that effort paid off as Azaki introduced me to some of the country's top researchers. Brecken, Jokka, IMS, etc. And for a bit of reading. A lab at the High Energy Accelerator Research Organization, KXP, located in Tabasco, it primarily works in using electronic accelerators to investigate the structure and properties of matter. It's a Japan Aeroscience Exploration Agency, the nation's allocated of Japan. It's an independent administrative agency formed in October 2003 by uniting the Institute of Space and Aeronautical Science and the National Aerospace Laboratory and the National Space Development Agency. It primarily does space and aeronautical research. Its headquarters is located at the Aerospace Center in Chofu, Tokyo, and it's in other spaces and centers in the opposition located through the country, such as Yuntra, Nago, Tessa, America, Serapra, and Canada. It also has Japan's only 2 rockets, the launch pads located in Ichiranara and Tengamani in Ashira. As of March 2010, and employed around 1,500. Ricken, the Institution of Physical and Chemical Research, founded in 1917, it's Japan's only general natural science institute. Research at Ricken covers variety fields like physics, engineering, chemistry, computer science, biology, and medicine. Its base location in Wako City is Asamata. There's also labs in Hyoko, Kanua, and other locations in Japan. Ricken also has research centers in America, England, and others. But before long, Azaki ran off, stuck up some university professor, and I was left completely evicted. Oh, we have some mail. I can't believe you got to go to a fancy party. Down at fire, Mr. Fancy Pants. You could have helped too, you know. No way. Then don't complain. But I'm jealous you get to go to a party. There's gotta be a lot of hot, rich girls there, right? God damn it, Taru. Someone hasn't also changed in these 6 months. It's mostly guys. I think a lot of older scientists. I want these emotes just to use in Discord, okay? Can someone do me that a favor? Or if you have access to make them emotes yourself, just go ahead and make them emotes in our Discord, please. Okay, hit in there, man. It's all about. Is that all you ever think about? Okay, that's it. Oh, God damn it! My own personal target, Dr. Liskin, was surrounded by a bunch of famous scientists. It didn't feel like a mere student would have been welcome. And so all I did was stand around and eat from the buffet by the wall. To be honest, I couldn't tell if the food was any good or not. Whenever my glass got empty, a smiling waiter was always around until it left again, so I found myself drinking more than I intended. My stomach's already so full it hurts. The whole place felt like another world.
やっぱり
こういうのに
I'm
は
not
か
cut
な
out for this. At the exact moment I heard a girl next to me say the exact same thing. Surprised, I looked over at her. Our eyes met.
あら、あなた
Oh, you. What was that middle school girl doing? Oh great, we've been over this! She's not in middle school, she's older than you! And then a moment later, I realized it was Mara Hayajo. She was wearing the exact same outfit she's been wearing during the lecture. A lab coat in a place like this? Just what the old me would have done. Just what the old me would have done.
あなたは
Myra clearly was out of place. Why? Because she was still wearing her lab coat?
なんで白衣
Why are you wearing a lab coat? I couldn't help but ask.
ちゃ
I
ちゃんと
was
した服も持ってきたつもりだったのよ
I bought some real clothes. She was sure she had, but she hadn't. That's why she was standing in the corner, trying not to attract attention.
あなた
You're the guy who was at the desk this afternoon.
岡部倫太郎です
I'm Rito Okabe,
東京電
a
機大
student
学の
at
学生
Tokyo
で
Tech University.
伊崎ゼミで勉強
Professor
してます
Asaki's class. I handed her one of the business cards that I strung together after Asaki told me I needed. She grabbed one of her own out of the stack carelessly and put it in my hand.
いいわ無理に丁寧に話さなくて
No
も
need to be so polite. That was a huge help.
珍しい名
My
前でし
name's
ょ
pretty rare,
私
isn't it?
え
Huh?
ああ
Oh, yeah.
誰も読めないとか
Did
言ってたっ
read it. I looked up the card and saw that the pronunciation of her name was written in unusually large letters. That was probably because how people kept screwing it up.
沖縄ではよくあ
It's
る
a
名字
common
なんだ
name
け
in
どね
in Ottawa, though.
沖縄出身なのか
You're from Okinawa?
曽祖父と曽祖母が
My
ね
great grandmother and great grandfather were
私
immigrants.
はアメリカ生
I
ま
was
れの
born
アメ
and
リカ
raised
育ち
in America.
ハーフ
Half.
にはあんま
No,
り見
you
えない
don't look
な
half Japanese.
クォーター
Quarter Japanese.
外れ
Nope. My
祖父祖母
my
父
grandma,
母
grandma, mom,
Everything
and
Nippon
dad
人よ。
were all Japanese. My
DNA は
DNA
生
is
粋のジャパ
purely
ニーズ
Japanese. Diapocal AIDS, commonly called genes. It's structured like a double helix and consists of 4 bases: aniline, guanine, crescent, and thymin, all of which are paired off with one another. The nature of these base pairings determines the genetic information of a creature, and the number of bases vary by species. In the case of humans, that number is 3.1 billion. We're learning so much science here, it's great. This is why we play the game. We play it for the we play it for the dark story, we play it for the silly humor, and we also play it for science knowledge.
へえ
Huh? And then the conversation stopped. I'm a terrible conversationist, honestly. The old me would have gone full Chinaboo and started ranting about conspiracies and magic powers, or rather... Yay, science! Yes! Whether the person cared or not, but you can't really call that a conversation. I had no idea what to say to somebody I'd never met before. I've been working at becoming a real adult, and even buying and studying men's magazines, but none of that really helped. Was that anything to talk about? I look over to Dr. Lincoln. He seems to be giving a lecture on neurons and a bunch of fun.
今日は
I'm sorry about today.
何が
Sorry for what?
いや
Oh,
セ
for
ミナーの途中で
interrupting
邪魔を
your lecture. And doing it like an attorney. By yelling objection.
ね
No, that.
気に
Don't
するこ
worry
とない
about
わ
that.
あなたが声を上げなかったら
If we haven't
多
spoken
分
up,
私が
I
同じこと
probably
をしてい
would
た
have.
から
I can't
許せない
stand
わああい
people
う
like
人
that. Oh my gosh! They are meant for each other. Let's ignore the fact that Okarun's like 17. And she's 21. Let's ignore that fact for now. They are fucking perfect for each other. Alright, now back to reality.
いいのかそんなこと言って教授が言ってたじゃないか
Yeah, it's true.
科学者たるもの
It's true. It doesn't
冷静に
seem that bad, but they do seem perfect. They seem perfect for each other. So. Oh wait, no, he could be 18 at this point. We don't really know when Okarun's birthday is. So he could be 18 at this point. He's 17 or 18, so it's not that bad, to be fair. I just remember him being 17. Wait. No, he would be... No, he would be 18 or 19. So, it's totally fine. This is what happens when you don't play a game for 8 months. When you wait 8 months between 4. Okay, so he would be 18. Because if I remember in the original game, he's actually 18. Okay, so. Right
だから構わないのよ
That's fine. It must have really ticked her off because she grabbed a cocktail from a passing waiter and gulped it down. Her cheeks would turn a pretty shade of pink for a minute, but no longer. She might have had she might have a high alcohol tolerance.
だけどやっぱり良くないわね
Really.
反省する
Sorry.
ああいう批判は
Criticism
言い
like
方こ
that,
そ悪いけれど
they aren't
それでも
very nice,
事実には違いないんだもの
but they're true.
私たちの研究がまだ無謀の域か
A lot
ら
of
出
our
ていないと
research
言われれ
still
ば
has a
確か
long
に
way
そ
to
の
go.
通りよ
そうなのか
Really?
取り組まなくてはいけない課
There are
題
a
が
lot of
山積みだ
problems
わ
that we still have to deal
さっ
with.
きセミナーで話した以上に
That's
ね
their lecture.
例えば記憶データを元の脳に
We
書
can
き
write
戻すこ
memory
とがで
data
きて
back
も
into
それを脳が
the
利用でき
brain,
なければ
but if the brain
何の
can't
意味も
use
ない
it,
の
then it's useless.
記憶があっても
The
思い出
memories
せな
are
い状態
there, but you can't
つまり
use them.
記憶喪
It's
失の脳と
basically
同
the
じに
same
なって
as
しま
the
う
amnesia. As Nara spoke, I remembered all the lectures and theories that Casper had given me when he was making the time.
え
If I remember right,
確
when
か
people tried to access
人間が記憶に
their
アクセスしようとするとき
signal
は
goes from
前
the
頭葉から側頭葉へ信号が行くんだったよな
right? The other tip to read. Oh, we'll get to the Shinobu one. I forgot about that one. The part of the cerebrum located at the front of the brain. It controls the thoughts, wills, actions, movements, creativity, and more. The frontal lobe can further be divided by location to the prefrontal cortex, motor cortex, and the frontal cortex. And the Chunu. Literally 8th grader disease. This term refers to the slightest unusual action in the speech patterns commonly used by Japanese boys undergoing puberty. It can also be used as a pejorative term for people who left puberty a long time ago, but still say highly embarrassing things as if they were still kids. Shinobu refers to someone who performs antisocial, misdirected, or delusional acts to make statements in attempts to make themselves seem like a grown-up, while the speaker may think that they're really cool. From the perspective of an adult, they look like ridiculous. Shinobu can be broken down further into categories, which is the evil eye Shinobu, who seems convinced that he's from a special anime, he has a special anime power or backstory. For example, an evil eye For example, an evil eye that gives him magical abilities. Strictly speaking, Okurin falls into this category. He was so Chinabuing. Oh my gosh, he was so Chinabuing so hard in the first game. But, you know, he seems to have matured a little bit. God damn it, I keep hitting escape. These are why we read the text, because they're hilarious. I forgot what my favorite one was in the first game. I might have to open the first game just so I can remember what it was.
トップダウン記憶検索信号ね。
Alright, now the tip to read. There are signals in the cerebellum that are sent from the frontal lobe to the temporal lobe during memory retrieval.
だったら
And then I started to talk, remembering what Coster had told me about her series as I went. When I used specialized terminology whose meanings I barely remember, Maru would tell me what they were.
で
And
最
so,
後に側頭葉に記憶
the
を書
process
き戻
of
す過
writing
程
these
で
memories back to the temporal lobe.
一緒にコピーした疑似パルスを前頭葉の方に送り込めば記憶検索信号はちゃんと働く
The frontal lobes. The memory search signals will function properly, I think.
あなた
Did you
それを自分で導き出したの？
for yourself?
え
Oh,
あ
what?
あいや
No. Not in this Worldline, at least. Mara looked back at the business card I gave her.
脳科学専攻じゃ
Your
ないわ
major
ね。
isn't brain science.
ということは
Someone
誰か
told
に？
you this.
それとも論文
You
で？
read it in a paper.
うん、それはない
No,
わ
that's。impossible.
まだ
You
論文には
couldn't
まとめられて
put
な
it
かったは
into
ず
a。paper yet.
何かおかしいこと言ったか
Did I say something
俺
wrong?
そうじゃなくて、
No.
私の後輩がね、
One of the researchers
全
at
く同じ
the
理
lab
論を
said
提唱
the
していたこと
exact
があるの
same
よ。
thing.
どのスタッフもずっ
None
と
of the
懐疑
others
的だったけど、
that have believed her.
彼女だけは
That
絶対に
was
証明で
just
き
her.
るって言い張っていたわ。
Prove it.
結局、実証試験に進む前に
Before she
彼女はいなくなっちゃったんだけど。
stage.
それは
That's... Did I tell her? Do it, tell her. Did I tell her about me and Coster? In this Worldline, there's almost no connection between me and Coster.
どうしたの？
What is it? I made up my mind. If I wanted to follow my dreams, I needed to act.
実はこの理論
Actually, it was Costa who
クリス
told
から
me
レクチャー
about
された
the theory.
え
What?
今、なんて
Did you just say
マキセ・クリスが
Costa Mosky
教えてくれたんだよ
about
クリスが
Costa
あなたに
told you?
いつどうして
When? Why? How? Should be the next question.
彼女がこっちに
When she
留
was over
学して
here
た
as
時だ
an exchange student,
友達になって
and she talked
こういう
to me
話を
about
よく
this
した
stuff. Of course, that was a lie. Costa and I became friends in the FO Worldline, not this one. But a small lie like this was probably okay.
そうだったの。
I see.
あのクリスが
Costa made a friend. Yeah, she did. Congratulations.
ありがとう。
Thank you.
感謝するわ。
I mean it. The word surprised me. That was the one thing I didn't expect to hear.
何が
For what?
彼女と友達になってくれ
Being
てよ。
her friend.
日本に来て
Came to Japan
たった一人で
alone.
たった一人で
I
勉
mean,
強していて
I'm
も
sure she would have
きっと
been
つまら
bored
なかったと
studying
思うか
all
ら。
by herself.
口喧嘩ばっかりだったけど
All we ever
な
did was fight, though. And then I would always end it, and it's like, now they kiss, and then they did, and I cried. for Chad who doesn't know, when I was going through the other endings on off stream, after Shishiwa's, I cried at like most of them except for Ferris's. Ferris and Shishiwa's endings were probably the only two I didn't cry at. Cry during playing.
あの子らしいわね。
That sounds like her.
絶対に負
She
けを
never
認めなかっ
gave
た
in,
でしょ。
did she?
ああ
Never.
へりくつばっか
She
りこねて
argued
い
for
た
hours.
ロボトミー手術して
Tell me
あ
all
んた
about
の
the
前
fact
頭
how
葉を
she
書
was
き出して
going
や
to
る
give
ぞと
me
か
a
よ
love
く言われ
story
た
me
し
rip it out of my frontal lobe. a method for treating mental illness by performing surgery on the brain. A small hole is opened in the skull, and a long knife is used to remove the frontal lobe. In some cases, this is sufficient to cure the illness. An inventor was given a Nobel Prize for his work. However, due to the serious psychological side effects and damage to the personality caused by the loss of the frontal lobe, the lavatories were banned worldwide in the 1970s.
まさかそんなこと
She wouldn't.
クリスなら
Did I
言い
see
そうね。
something saying that?
だろ
Right?
ちゃんと後輩の教育をしておいてほしかっ
That's
た
what, you need to discipline your researchers better.
その点に関しては認める
I'll
わ。
admit that
陳
much.
謝します。
Sorry. She must really miss Katsuru. Huh? She smiled. Or so I thought. Then all of a sudden she started to cry.
どうした
What's wrong? I didn't have any better idea, so I grabbed my handkerchief.
え
Huh? Huh? She didn't seem to know why she was crying herself. And neither did I. Had I said something during the conversation that set her off? Are you
大丈夫か
okay?
平気よ。ご
I'm
めんなさい。
fine. Sorry. Spoke like true words of apologies himself. She didn't take my handkerchief. Instead, she took a tissue out of her pocket and wiped her eyes.
勇敢なる第三のアイ
My
ンシュタイ
brave
ン
third Einstein.
え
Huh? I turned around and saw Dr. Lincoln smile and quickly striding towards me. He grabbed my hands as he got close. The handshake was incredibly forceful. I did not consent to his handshake, sir! His hands were as big as a bear's paw. No, not just his hands. Standing in front of me, he looked even bigger than he had during the lecture. I'm pretty tall, but he was at least a head taller than me.
教授
Professor?
俺
I-
その
Uh-oh. It's all so sudden that I couldn't even think of an introduction. Oh god, don't do it! Don't! And wait, did he just speak in Japanese?
しかし私
Still,
の助手
I
に
don't
なったせい
approve
で
of
しま
it.
った
You're
のは
making
見過
it.
ごせないね
I don't approve of you making my assistant cry.
な
Oh, no, this is,
これは
it's completely understandable.
違い
No,
ます。
Professor, it
私の
wasn't
ため
his
に
fault.
彼は
He
関
had
係ないで
nothing
す
to do with it. Maru and I both denied it as much as we could. But I didn't know why Maru was crying. So I couldn't come up with any excuses. So I just started to panic even more. Oh my gosh. So
つまり
basically,
クリスです。
Katsuru.
彼とクリス
He
の
was
話
talking
をしていた
about
ら
Katsuru.
いろいろ感情が溢れてしまって
Started crying.
クリス
Katsuru?
君はクリスの
You're
友
a
人
friend of Katsuru? You could say that. Yep. Yep, you could say that. Just, I was a friend of hers. Not on this world.
それは
I.
はい
オ 岡部倫太郎さん、
runs
学生だそうです。
He's a student. Mario introduced me. Dr. Liskin had a gentle expression on his face as he gave me a slow hug. I felt like I was going to suffocate in his massive arms. Somehow, I could tell that it was his way of remembering Kasaru.
そうですか。
I see. If that's
そういう
the
こと
case,
なら魔法。
then Maro.
はい。
Yes?
ミスター岡部に会
Why
わせ
not
てあげた
introduce
らどうか
her
な。
to
彼女も。
Mr. Okabe? Oh god.
まさかアマデウスを。
Amadeus?
ここで彼に出会っ
It
た
was
偶
good
然、
luck
そ
that
の
it
幸
brought
運を
him
大切
to
に
us
したいじゃない
here.
か。日本にいる間、
While we're in
彼にテスターになってもらって
Have
も
him
いい
to
よ。
be a tester.
本気ですか？
Are you serious?
部外者
You
なのに
can't
そん
just
ないき
let
な
an
り。
outsider.
クリスの友人ならば
He's a friend of
会社ではない。
He's no
そうだろ
outsider, correct?
ですが、
But, sir, what were they talking about? I had no idea, but it was my chance to build a relationship with Dr. Lee. I didn't want to blow it.
俺ぜひ
I
お
would
手
love
伝いしたいです。
to help.
ナイス。
Nice! You patted me on the shoulder and smiled. It was an innocent smile, like a child.
じゃあ、
Okay.
詳細は
Then
魔
ask
法に
Maru
聞い
for
て。
the
よろし
details.
く。
Thanks. Another scientist was calling him, so he wandered away. Maru was shaking her head in disbelief.
アマデウスに合わせるとか
What's he talking
テスターと
about?
か
Meaning
一体何の
Amadeus?
話なんだ？
Being a tester?
コンベンションでやったデモン
The
ストレーション。
demonstration of Amadeus.
アマデウスは
during the
私の記憶を
convention
使ってい
used
た
my
んだけれど、
memories, but
アマデウスのデータとして
Amadeus also has
もう
another
一人分
researcher's
研究者の記憶が保存して
saved
ある
as
のよ。
data.
うん
Phosphorus. Another researcher's memories? What did that mean? When I finally figured it out from Dr. Lee Skin's massive conversation, my heart started pounding.
まさか
Can't mean
あいつなのか？
her?
そう、
Yeah.
アマデウスの中には
Phosphor Mosquito's
マキセ・クリスの記憶が
are
保存され
stored
てい
in
るわ。
Amadeus. They're
8ヶ月前のクリスだけれどね。
Several days passed after the AFT party. 10 minutes from the Ayaka Barkovia Express train, and 10 minutes by the bus station calling Wako City in Santima. The office I was looking for was on the second floor of a building right next to Riken. Global Brain Science Department Research Organization Japanese Office of Prep Room. That's what the play on the door said. To get in, you needed 3 types of special keys, plus a security card.
ここは
What is this place?
各国の脳科学
The
研
plants
究者が
and
連
brain
携をして
scientists from all around
新
the
しい
world
機構を作る
work
予定な
together
の。
to make a new
私たちの
organization.
研究所が主
The
導し
lab
て
is
ね。
leading the way. She led me aside. Yep. The mysterious Sato at last has appeared in Akibara, yeah? Huh? Man, I love emotes. You haven't heard of the infinite urban legend of Akibara, yeah? I knew about a few of them, but the Sakura, those are new to me. If a group of 3 people sits in the back seats of a certain maid cafe, they appear. So they are, or so they say, yeah? Yeah? Oh, no, add that to another list of emotes I want to add to the Discord server. No one ever knew which maid cafe it was. Until now, yeah? It's McQueen, yeah? Is everything okay? Everything's fine, yeah? They just joined your game in the middle of a raid and killed all the mobs, yeah? Hang on a second. Did you? Oh, dude, Ferris hasn't changed. Love it. The office must have been newly rented. Most of the desks were still empty, showing no signs to ever have been used. There wasn't even a whiteboard, which made the room look even more empty. There wasn't a lot of natural light, and maybe the windows were on the north side. The only illumination from the overhead fluorescent lights, the room felt very cold.
ここはあくまで
This
も
is
準備
just
室
the
だから
prep room. No one was sitting at any of the desks, but two of them had no one was sitting at any of the desks, but two of them had stuff on them. One of them was a map, files with notes, calculators, copy cups, and supplements. And that was the one that Maru set down, which meant the one that was neatly organized must belong to Dr. Lee's kid, right?
教授は
Where's the professor?
今日はオフ
Off today. Well, it was Sunday.
君も
Are you off today too?
ええ
Yeah.
そうじゃな
Otherwise,
かったら
I wouldn't have
昼過ぎまで寝ていられるわけないでしょ
That's true. When I gone to pick her up from her hotel to Helmako City, she came out of the room half asleep. This was really a day that this was the day that I was to meet Miss Costner. Mara gone over the basics of being a test trunks at the age of 5 and left over 600 masterpieces. In the modern era, he is often referred to as a genius, and there are many stories about him. The character's name was Salary.
パスワードは見ないで。
Don't look at the password. Mara moves her body to hide her hand. I look away. She finished logging into the system, and the simple bearer command prompt again.
準備はいい？
Are you ready?
ああ
Yeah.
頼む
Do it. Mara enters several commands as prompts.
ごめんなさい。
Sorry,
ここはちょっと見せら
I
れない
can't
の。
show you this.
まあ
Well,
俺が見た
I
ところ
wouldn't
で
be able to make
さっぱ
any
りだけ
sense
ど
of
な
it.
でも一応
So,
ね。
you know how it is. She turned off the monitor. Then she spun around to face me. I suddenly realized what I was clenching my fist. How long have I been doing that? My hands were sweaty, and there was a red spot on the base of my thumbs where my nails had dug in. I was more nervous than I realized?
どうしたの？
What is it?
あ
Oh,
いや
just that
今にな
I'm
って
starting to get
ちょっとおじけづいてきた
まだ間に合うわよ。
There's still time.
今すぐここから出ていけばいいわ。
You right now.
意地が悪いな
You're pretty mean.
そう？
Really?
あなたのこと
I'm worried
心配してあ
about
げてる
that.
のに。
I'm worried about you. I'm worried about you.
だったらもう少し
Then act like it.
それ
Then
らしい
act
言い
like
方を
it.
した方がいい
Seriously. You,
クリスといい君といい
you
実
lab
験大
girls.
好きっ子は
For a second, the old joking me was about to come back. I quickly changed the subject.
実験ばかりに明
People
け
who
暮れてい
spend
る
all
やつ
their
は
time doing
可愛げがない
experiments. You're so rude.
今の発言は
That's
明
a
らかに
clear
誹謗中
case
傷
of
ね。
slander.
侮
I
辱
can,
罪
I
で
can
訴えて
sue
あ
you
げ
for
てもいいわ。
defamation if I wanted.
やめてくれ恐ろ
Stop.
しい
You're scaring me.
いい弁護士を知っているから
I know, good
紹
lawyer.
介してあげましょうか。
Why didn't want me to introduce you? Yeah, I know a good lawyer too. His name is Apollo Justice. I would have said Phoenix, but Phoenix still doesn't have his attorney's badge back. And I think we'll see if Phoenix's attorney badge back until Dual Destiny. Which won't be for a while.
その前に告訴を取り
How
下げ
about
て
you
くれ
stop suing me first?
示談に持ち込もう
If
とい
you
うの
want to
なら
talk about
So
it,
this
a
all
settlement,
の金
you're
額は
going
覚悟
to
する
need
から
a
ね。
lot of cash.
後で毒ペンをおごる
I'll
か
buy
ら
you a Dr. P later. The abbreviation for a type of carbonated brain first served in America during the 1800s. At the present time, it's only available in eastern Japan and some other small areas. It has a very unique taste, and its secret recipe is a combination of over 20 flavors. And it's also Okarin's favorite soda. They forgot to put that part.
安い。
You're so cheap. I heard a small sound from the back of her throat. I guess she was laughing. Normally, I'd be fine with that irritating. Normally I find that irritating, but strangely, coming from a girl in front of me, no, she was a grown woman. Actually, I didn't. Maya Hydra was a very strong-willed, with the prickliness and short temper unique to scientists. She always seemed to be a little upset about something, but maybe she wasn't that bad. Oh, I see. She's Maro. She's a lot like Katsuru. When I first met Katsuru, she was like that. Arrogant, rude, never willing to change her mind, stubborn, hard-headed, and always there ready to comfort you with raised eyebrows whenever you said something she didn't like. I truly thought I'd never see a more unlikable woman. But despite my first impression, on the inside she turned out to be a fragile, easily hurt, so kind, and so lovable.
何がおかしいんです先
What's
輩
so funny, Maro? I suddenly heard a girl's voice from the speaker. I found myself jumping off the sofa. I knew this voice. I couldn't forget it. I could never. Maru turned on the monitor. The girl I'd never forgotten appeared on the screen. Maybe it was based off of her appearance at the brain science lab. Because she was wearing a white lab coat. The PC camera turned towards me on its own.
先輩、そちらの方
What's
は
this? Maru was introducing me, but I didn't hear anything she was saying. I simply stared in chance. I wanted to reach out my hands. I wanted to touch her. She was right there.
岡部倫太郎さん、
Nice to meet you. Or
はじめまして。
Okabe. I'm
牧瀬クリス
Pastor
です。
Maki.
どうぞよろしく。
I look forward to working with you. I know we heard this earlier, but it's still bopping, and plus I can't skip it now. Also, I didn't really watch this before either. No, we get to see Nan in this too? But I still have my theories that this game is going to be much darker than the first. And I feel like this is a good place to end for tonight. No, I'm serious though. This does seem like a good place to end. Save. To the title menu. That way we can have the music. A kind of a bit. Like, sort of. You know? Actually, I'm going to close it because, you know, I should get ready to raid. So we can use our media source for this. So thank you all for watching the start of STEINS 0. I am very looking forward to it, not gonna lie. Because at least this one doesn't seem like we're gonna be dealing with much time travel, and it's gonna be more focused on the AI, which is super cool. And it's gonna make me realize that I don't want to deal with AIs. And maybe I don't want the will not be welcoming the robot overlords. No, I'll still welcome the AI. God damn it, I knew someone was gonna make that joke tonight! So I did it earlier! Ha! I beat you to it! I knew it was like, I was like, if random comes in the chat and hears AI, he's gonna bring that up. I won't. I'll just sue you. I know a good lawyer. Oh, that could be our demo! That's our demographic! Except for, you know, you're older than me. By technicality. 5. That'd be so great. I guess we could go the next night. So, I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll be back tomorrow. I'll be back tomorrow for day 1 of Turnabout Replay, The Adventures of the Unspeakable Story. That reminds me that I do have to reinstall the Great Ace Attorney Chronicles onto my computer because I removed it for space. But anyways, good night, and I'll see you tomorrow at 4 p.m.